Welcome to Jori Sports Stories here. I'm your host, Jori, as always. And today, as a Titans fan, listen up, my fellow Titans fans. It's time to discuss the turmoil that we're going through right now. And these are my personal opinions. If you don't like them, you can go. Leave a comment, comment, subscribe. If you comment and it's something spicy, I'm warning you, I do clap back in the comments. I'm not that one. But let's respectfully agree or disagree here, and let's get into it. Like, when I look at the Titans, because it's mind-boggling because now our punter is done for the year. Jeffrey's hurt. Derek has a concussion, but he's not a concussion protocol, so I don't think he's hurt. I think he's fine. But the way this season has gone, in my personal opinion, could have been expected. If we're being completely honest, this team has always been one of those teams that could go either way, especially where we are and the type of personnel that we have. Now, we do have some talent. We do. But come on now. Come on. And I just want Titans fans to understand that we are what we are. We have what we have. Stop expecting filet mignon from a $2 steak. You're not going to get it. And it's mind-boggling to me that people, I understand airing your frustrations, right? But when you continuously complain about the same stuff over and over again and get sideways with it, talk just loud and emotional and wrong, that's where I have a problem with it. And it's constant. Like, I understand your frustration, but let's use common sense here, fellow Titans fans. Let's use a little bit of common sense. So, first on the agenda, we're going to talk about the Vrabel hot seat foolishness, because there's a certain section of the fan base that wants Mike Vrabel fired. And I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. And I promise you that ownership believes that we have the coach in place to be successful. And I believe it too. So if you want to call me a dummy, call it. Call me. Whatever you want to call me. But like I said earlier, I do clap back in the comments. The whole firing Vrabel thing, like, that will set us back even more years, right? It would. If we're going to be completely honest, let's address it. It would. We're not going to sit here and talk like he doesn't have what it takes to win. We've won before. It's just we've always fallen short for whatever reason. He's put together winning seasons with nothing. With a bag of lettuce, a bag of chips, and a pack of crackers as groceries. So I understand that Mike Vrabel also does these questionable coaching decisions and whatnot. I understand that. I understand the frustration. But let's nip this fire Vrabel. He should be on a hot seat. Let's trade him to New England thing in the butt. I'm tired of it because it's not going to happen. Those players in that locker room, for the most part, they love Vrabel. And that is not going to be a very popular move. What's wrong with this team cannot be fixed in 1 year. Period. Now, Rand has put together some of the free agents that has made splashes, correct? He's doing his job. You got to. That's another thing I want to touch on. The whole fire Rand thing. And that just comes from miscellaneous football fans who are casual, who don't pay attention. He just got there in May. He just got there by the draft. This is his first draft class. Not May. My months are kind of messed up. But you know what I'm saying. This is his first draft. This is his first year. He's going to need more time to put this team together the way he wants to put it together. So the whole fire Rand, fire Vrabel thing is absolute foolishness. I'm just going to put that out there right then and there. It makes no sense. It's loud, emotional, rash, and wrong. So can we please throw that type of thinking out the window? Now, we did fire the special team coordinator. I did not see that coming. I did not see any type of in-season coaching changes being made right now. In season. That's what I'm talking about. But that surprised me, but it needed to happen. We've had multiple special teams blunders that has cost us games. And what happened is Monday. Yesterday was inexcusable. Inexcusable. 2 blocked punts got our kicker hurt, our punter hurt bad, and a missed field goal. Can't happen. Period. It just can't happen. Let's address the offensive line issues. Now, for people who are over here talking mess about Peter Skoronski, about his arms being short. He's doing pretty good over there on the left side, ain't he? As a left guard. He's doing pretty good. Jalen Duncan, he's doing pretty good. The offense the line has to figure out how to gel. We might need to get another good, solid piece. Maybe as a tackle. But the offensive line is going to have to learn how to gel together. We could use a better left tackle, if we're being completely honest. But that's neither here or there. As long as I don't have to see Andre Dillard suit up and play and sack, and allow sack after sack, I am fine. So the offensive line issues is what it is. You can't just fix that, especially after we've had these issues since Lewan went down like a year or two ago. So you can't just replace what Taylor Lewan did in one season. If we're going to be completely honest, I know some people are kind of off of Taylor Lewan or whatever, but he was a very important piece of that line. And when he got hurt the second time, that's when the line issues started. Period. The defense. I know our defense likes to catch a lot of flack for being all worn out, but they're always on the field. Our offense can't do anything. 3 and out. Occasional score. It's been like this all season. I love what Will Levis has been able to do with 0.5 seconds behind that offensive line. I love it. And I love the fact that we've still been able to kind of sort of establish the run at times. I like that too. But we haven't been able to score. It's always 3 and out for whatever reason, whether it's a drive killing penalty, a drop, or a sack. So that's just how we go with that. So when your offense, like common sense, if you know football, common sense, when your offense stays on the field for longer than when your offense can't get anything going and stays on the bench and your defense is on the field for a long time, you're going to find the cracks. They're going to get exposed. Common sense. So the fact that our defense is inconsistent should tell you nothing. I mean, it should tell you everything because our offense can't get going. We haven't hit 30 in 2 years. 30 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand the frustration in the fan base and everything that y'all want to win or whatnot, but we have to realize it is what it is. We are what we are. We have what we have. We're very average at best. And if we could get out of our own way, we could have a 500 record. I ain't talking playoffs, but we could have a pretty decent record if we could get it together, which I highly doubt that this team is capable of doing this year. For whatever reason, we take 5 steps forward and 20 steps back. I don't get it. Y'all probably don't get it. And it makes no sense to me. Like I said earlier, like I just said just a few seconds ago, I understand the frustration from this fan base, and I completely get it. Trust me, I do. But the misinformed and the illogical takes that comes from this fan base make me want to pull my hair out. Like, do y'all understand some of the stuff y'all even be talking about? Like, I'm glad some of y'all don't run organizations, because y'all will run them things straight into the ground. Straight to hell. I get it. Like, one of those fire Rabel and cut everybody things that I've read on Twitter from an over-emotional fellow Titans fan. It's okay to be emotional. It is not okay to spew out dumb stuff because you're being emotional. Let's calm down. Let's reset. Anybody with 2 working brain cells knows that this team is not a one-year fix. We've lost too much. We've done some bad trades, John Robinson. We've missed on picks, John Robinson. It's not a one-year fix. Granted, we have the quarterback. Granted, if we extend Derek, we'll have the running back, and we'll definitely have D-Hop, and Jeffrey will be back. We have a core. And we could develop from then, right? I'm just worried about the rest of the receivers behind D-Hop. Kyle Phillips didn't play this week. Treylon Burks got 10 touches. I'm about over him and Christian Fulton. Both of them. Hold on. Excuse me. But I'm over both of them. Always a hamstring. I know Treylon just got back from a concussion, but 10 touches? Can't do it. Especially when I have all reliable Mr. Nick Westbrook-Akine ready to come do some damage. Treylon Burks was a first-round draft pick. He was drafted to replace A.J. Brown. He hasn't came close to doing anything remotely of that. He's been injured. He hasn't been on the field. And when he's on the field sometimes, it's like he's not there. So he's starting off on a bad foot for whatever reason. And then injuries. Granted, we just had 3 of our best players get hurt versus the Colts on Sunday. And we really didn't have a lot of injuries coming into Sunday. So I think this team is just bad luck when it comes to injuries. They come at the worst times. Injuries are stupid. I wish they didn't exist. But I can't wish for everything. We'll be real here. Can't have everything we want in life. Injuries come and injuries go. That being said, I don't know what's going on. For the past 2 seasons, I've been saying something's going on with strength and conditioning. But I'm going to leave that untipped. All right? I'm going to leave it untipped. And like I said earlier, we are what we are. What are we then? Average. Can't get off the field. Can't stay on the field on offense. Can barely get anything going. We lose close games. That doesn't mean that we are a bad team. Losing close games like that. Even though the way we lost last Sunday was kind of mind-boggling, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't think this team is bad, like we're saying. We're not getting blasted from end zone to end zone like a certain team that I could really mention right now, but I'm not going to because that's going to inspire another rant. And I actually might put that at the end of this because this is ridiculous. And it's not just Titans fans that's doing it. It's these other people who over here saying stuff that they don't even believe for damn attention. Quit saying blasphemous, outlandish stuff because you want attention. It's BS. Bull. And it's a few people that I know that I'm not going to mention because it's a few people I know. Because somebody, I took a nap today. And somebody, I woke up, we're getting off track here, but bear with me. I woke up, looked at my phone, and saw chaos going on. And then, because Philly lost the game against San Fran, all of a sudden, all Philly is done. They're trash. Philly is not a good sports city. Then we started talking about the 76ers just to troll and get attention. I can't stand that. You don't even believe half the stuff you're saying. And if you do, because you're a Giants fan, you shouldn't be saying anything about people getting their butts kicked. Because your team has been getting its butt kicked from end zone to end zone. And you can't sit here and say, oh, we're a bad team, when you've been parading around for the whole offseason, antagonizing everybody else's team, that your team is going to do something worthwhile. Well, what have they done? Not jack shit. I've been waiting to get that off my chest for like hours. Like, that felt good. Like, you over here talking about Daniel Jones. Certain people over here talking about Daniel Jones going to run for 1,400 yards. Did he even make half a season? But you mentioned that and it was supposed to be bad. If you're going to say outlandish crap like that, stand on it. Stand on business. Stand on business. At least act like you believe it and don't backtrack and move the goalpost. Anyway, back to my team and what we are. We have the potential to be a good team right now, right? But because of various flaws, like the offense, like the offensive line, like my secondary, we're not. So we have some of the pieces in place. We're an average team trying to figure out a way forward. We're not dumpster fire juice. We're bad, but it's not that bad. Titans fan, do we need to put the years 2012 and through 2015 back in your mind? Do I need to do that? Because that was way worse than where we're at now. And some of y'all are acting like the world is getting ready to burn. I promise you it's not. It's not. And now I get to talk about the important stuff. Like, why are some of y'all clowns messaging Sean Murphy Bunting, threatening messages about a play? Y'all ain't gonna say half of none of what y'all say in these DMs to these people in their faces. So why are y'all over here playing tough titties on Twitter? Like, grow up. You're not gonna sit here and threaten somebody in their face. You're not about that life. You over here, if any one of these athletes were actually in your face, you know what the first thing some of y'all would do was cry and ask for an autograph. Y'all ain't hard, so don't talk to these people in their DMs like y'all are. And then when you meet them, it's a different energy. No. And you got to remember, these people are human beings. They are not toys for your enjoyment. They do this as a job. We like to watch the product on the field. We love to watch it. But that is their job. They are human beings. And that does not give you a right to march your little happy-go-lucky self or mad self in somebody's DMs and threatening them. I like to believe some of y'all were raised right. But the way some of y'all have acted towards these players these past few weeks, you're heathens. And your mama should have taught you better. Period. Period. We gotta be better than this. And I understand the select few don't represent us as a whole. But y'all make all of us look bad when y'all say this stupid ass stuff in these people's DMs as a whole. So, I don't know. Maybe one of y'all need to get y'all's butts kicked one of these times by these athletes on the low with no cameras around. For y'all to understand. Quit talking to people crazy. Do better. Y'all need to do better. And the last thing that is not Titans related, but it is college football related, that I did want to mention, is that stop crying about Alabama getting to the college football playoff. That's what all of y'all are doing. Y'all are taking to Instagram and Twitter, and there's professional athletes, just grown men crying about Florida State not getting in. Stop scheduling cupcake schools that my dogs could beat in their sleep. And then we'll have an issue. Then we'll have a conversation. They weren't going to leave a one-loss SEC champion out, whether it was Georgia or Bama. Florida State did not have the necessary strength of schedule to compete with our strength of schedule. I'm an Alabama fan, by the way. Ours was top 5 strength of schedule. Florida State played LSU, 1 or 2 good teams, and the rest of them were just soft as cupcakes. Meanwhile, we played and beat about 4 or 5, a couple of top 25 teams, including LSU, including Georgia, including Mississippi State, Texas A&M. I don't even think they were ranked at the time. But Ole Miss, like, y'all can't sit here and say without crying and complaining that Florida State had the better schedule. No, they had the weaker schedule. That's why they didn't get in. You get penalized for having a weaker schedule. I understand that y'all are undefeated, but at the same time, y'all's quarterback went down. We don't want to see a snooze fest. Y'all go against Michigan and lose. Y'all ain't gonna stand a chance against Michigan if we're gonna be completely honest. Without that quarterback. So the crying and the complaining about why Florida State should have got in over Alabama to me is completely useless. We're a better team. Yes, we lost to Texas, but Texas is also in there with 1 loss. Have that same energy with Texas too. Because Oregon didn't get in. Texas got in, Bama got in, Michigan got in, and Washington got in. Florida State is mad because Bama got in, but they should also be mad that Texas got in with 1 loss as well. I understand the whole undefeated argument thing, but at the same time, when you're playing MyShoe University and Chihuahua State, it is not legitimate. I'm not trying to delegitimize. It's just not up to the par of a school like Alabama. And I'm sorry. And if we're looking at the eye test, Alabama's a better football team. The College Football Playoff Committee got it right. They got the 4 best teams in the country based off of strength of schedule, championships, conference championship, eye test, and whatever the heck else is their metrics. So all the unnecessary crying, y'all have got to stop this foolishness. Period. Because y'all look pathetic on the internet typing up these 400-word essays with these, and on Instagram, this is not fair, da-da-da-da-da-da. And some of y'all even said the federal government's going to intervene. Go sit in the corner and cry about it. You can't change anything. What are you going to do? Not watch it? Because I will. I sure as heck will. That being said, that is pretty much everything I have to talk about with you guys today. If you happen to be on Facebook or on YouTube, tune in over on the Sports Empire Network at around 6:30 to catch me over on Cheap Seats with my dudes. Follow me on social media. You can subscribe on YouTube at Jori Sports Stories. Follow and like the Facebook page, same Jori Sports Stories. Follow the Twitter or X at Jori Stories. And you can follow my Instagram at JDS_sports stories. And if you're in the audio podcast, sorry, I can't speak right now. If you're in an audio podcast, there's a new episode of Jori Sports Stories that just released yesterday. So you can go check that out over on Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, iHeart, etc. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this brought some type of relief or, perspective to whatever thing is going on with the Titans and my thing on the college football playoff and all the complaining about it. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day.